Hello everyone, this is Travis with Green Carpet Media coming at you with another Heroes of the Storm commentary. I am joined with the second draft pick in the NBA Summer League, LaMelo Ball. Thank you, LaMelo, for being out here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Lonzo Ball. Oh, I'm so sorry, that's your little brother. How you doing today, Lonzo?
Yeah. I'm Lonzo Ball.
Oh my gosh,
on.
I am so sorry.
The Canadian League.
Canadian League. Anyway, we got a very good matchup today because we got the blue team, Donkeys Are Us, playing in the blue trunks. And then we got in the red trunks over here, we got Team Numerics. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, Stench, because you know why?
Because I'm a big fan of Donkeys Are Us.
You're a huge fan of Donkeys Are Us,
I'm a
but
big fan.
also Donkeys Are Us does have a good, the garage. I don't think we've ever done the old garage, you know? He's out on the field doing all kinds of damage, trying to do the wrecking ball, trying to throw people back into the back line. It's going to be really fun. Going to be really interesting. Ooh!
Garage is doing that garage damage.
Team Numerics goes down with that Mathiel. He got in a little bit too deep down there with Arthas and I believe Vala. Took him down too fast and she was not able to escape. He doesn't have a lot of mobility once he gets caught in Arthas slow, unless he has someone to ping off of in like a team fight. But I mean, when it's a 2v1, he ain't escaping, Stench. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So there goes Garage. You can see him throwing Vala back in, but you can see that Leoric is not having any of that. Tyrande is going to go down. She was trying to escape up north, but a little bit too slow. Vala's got to be extremely careful there, Stench, because she does not want to get thrown by Garrosh back into that cannon wall. Leoric's getting extremely low here, Stench. He is getting extremely gutsy. He does have a... He's down. He is technically down, but he is in ghost form, which means he can still walk around, and he's cheating death, so he does come back a little bit faster. So it's going to be a very interesting game because I think what's cool about Team Numerics' composition is you got double support. You know I like that a lot. You got Vala, which is kind of becoming cookie cutter, I would say at this point. I would definitely say, yeah, it is becoming cookie cutter to have two support and a Vala and then two tanks to support that Vala. Right. I think that's becoming cookie cutter, Stench. I mean, that's been cookie cutter for the past like 2 months of professional gameplay.
You can see why it is cookie cutter, though. It does the job.
It does the job extremely well. I mean,
but it's boring.
It used to be really fun. But now, yeah, it's getting kind of boring. Rhaegar is getting cut off. Can he Ghost Wolf away? Can those paws make it to the healing fountain? No. The wolf goes down. He gets skinned, but also Leoric gets killed. Back into the tomb he goes, down into the nether, and his ghost will be flying around, causing all kinds of just annoyance for Donkeys Are Us. You see Leoric's back into the fray. It didn't take very long. He is back on the fight. It looks like the teams are just rotating around trying to collect their spider booties so they can turn in that spider booty to summon the spider queen.
Yeah, you gotta get that booty.
Gotta get that butt. You know, it doesn't really make sense when you say it like that, you know? Like, you gotta collect the spider butts to summon the spider queen.
Yeah.
And the spider queen's gotta push the lanes.
Spider queen needs to get some too. We need to get some butts, alright?
Get them booties. You see that garage?
That's all.
Tossing people in, Stench?
That power.
Yep. Uther's getting a lot of hammers down on Vala, enough to just lock her down into one spot. She was not able to escape for at least 2.5 seconds, which was enough time for Chromie to rain down destruction, Tyrande to do her damage, and boom, equals a dead Vala. And like I was saying before, Stench, if Vala keeps dying, that's their damage.
Right, exactly. Oh,
yeah.
It looks 6-6 right there.
Good call out there, Stench. The teams are very even, and they're very even on kills as well. 3 for Team Numeric and 4 for Donkeys R Us. But there might be another kill here, but Tassadar does get a dimensional shift away, and Leoric does get a Wraith Walk away. So it looks like they're able to survive. But look at Chromie. She is trying to get that Leoric so hard with some of her Dragon Breath, and she was able to hit him, but you know, she's not able to kill Leoric. He's a little bit tanky as of right now, but he is extremely low, and it looks like Donkeys R Us are trying to get that spider butt turn in. You can see that Mathiel is doing his turn in. I think they're trying to turn in up north as well with Tyrande, and they might have already done that actually because Tyrande doesn't have any spider booties left to turn in there, Stench.
Trying to get some spider booties, trying to turn up. I get it.
Yeah, you understand. I mean, you do that every day. So I see you in the bathroom just pinching off little spider booties.
Yeah.
Is that why I'm walking around the house and like there's only part of a like a little spider?
Hey, you don't get into my personal business.
I'm gonna open the closet and all these spider butts are gonna fall out.
That's my door. Okay, you're not allowed in that door.
Hey, all right, Stitch, all right. She's getting a little defensive here.
Sorry.
So it looks like Team Numeric is turning in as well. They're trying to get the turn in, but you can see that Tyrande is trying to stop them. They are extremely good at stopping. You can see that Chromie's raining destruction here with her Sandblast, with her Dragon's Breath. You can see Tyrande using that Lunar Flare and her Owls to stop Team Numeric from turning in. These two characters are extremely good at preventing the turn-in, which is awesome. Looks like Rhaegar is in extreme trouble here. I think he's going to go. There he goes. He goes down again, Stitch. He cannot escape. Not even Ghost Wolf form is able to escape. And it looks like Donkey's RS has reached level 8, which means Chromie does get her ultimate 2 levels early. So instead of level 10, she gets her Slowing Sands at level 8, and it looks like Arthas is going to go down, and it looks like Leoric might be joining him here in just a second as Garush gets a friendly toss-in on his Uther, trying to get Uther over there to maybe stun Leoric. Leoric does go down as well. Looks like the 2 undead individuals are thwarted, but like I always say, Stench, Leoric, he ain't long. His death won't be, what am I trying to say?
No, I'm waiting for it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Nah, I don't know. I'm just kind of tongue-tied right now. Leor goes down again. That's probably like his 5th death so far. Like I said, I mean, he's able to get into the fight and get out of the fight very quickly. But I mean, it's not good to die constantly. That means that's extra damage. That's extra XP that Donkeys R Us are getting. You can see they're already level 10. They've already got their ultimates, which puts Team Numerics at a very big disadvantage, Dencho.
I feel you. I mean, that Donkeys R Us, they come with the viciousness.
They do, and there goes Rhaegar again. Even in Ghost Wolf form, he is not able to escape. It looks like Donkeys R Us are going to clean that southern fort up, and they're going to get that. They're going to get that fort without any repercussions. No one's going to go down there. No one's going to try to stop them.
Making it rain all over their faces.
Exactly. So, how do you think these teams are doing right now, Stitch? Judging by what you've seen, what are you thinking?
In the beginning, they are very even. I mean, one goes to 7, the other goes to 8. I mean, right now, 11 to 10. Their kills are definitely not even, though. Donkeys R Us is definitely doing their thing.
They are doing a lot more killing than Team Numeric is right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean, like I always say, Stench, killing doesn't necessarily equal winning. Right. You gotta look at the fort damage, but you're absolutely right. In this case, I mean, you're right. I mean, they are winning fort-wise as well, but we'll see if Team Numeric can start snowballing. There they go. That's exactly what they need right there, is a Chromie kill. But it looks like they're going for that counter kill on Leor, but Leor, he ain't scared. He going in deep. He going in hard.
He is.
And there's the ancestral healing. He ain't scared, and especially with that ancestral healing. Now that Team Numerics does have their ultimate, Leoric is not afraid to go in deeper. It's going to be even harder to kill Leoric. It's hard right now because he is a tanky tank with a lot of self-healing, but on top of that, with the ancestral heal, I mean, that provides a whole nother layer to his survivability, Stincho.
I agree completely. Look at him. Just going for it.
Just going all the way, balls deep. So it looks like Team Numeric gets their first spider web turn-in, and they're actually going to get the spiders pushing on Donkeys R Us. So let's see what happens here, Stench.
It's taking a turn.
It's taking a turn, and maybe they can get a fort of their own, which means that it's going to put them on even footing, and maybe they can even get 2. That'll snowball them and perpetuate them into the lead. So you can see the spider booties are taking down the middle fort, but it looks like Team Numerics just wants to back out, maybe push with that northern spider camp, make sure that they can get these towers up here. You can see down here that Leoric and Mathiel are going to be facing off against each other. Leoric's going to try to be attacking Mathiel as best as possible. Uther's in trouble. He's getting hit a little bit. He's going to have to back out. He doesn't have a lot in the way of really maneuverability, survivability, so he's got to be extra cautious when Team Numerics is on top of them. You can see that they're kind of waiting in the shadows here, Stench, maybe for Mathiel to kind of mess up. Maybe Tassadar is trying to debate him up into a team fight.
Oh, they're trying to get into a brawl over here?
That's exactly right, Stencho. And it looks like Donkeys R Us does capture another spider wave. You can see that Donkeys R Us were able to defend oh, look at Tassadar getting so low, but look at that owl going and doing that owl damage. I'm curious to see what the stacks are on Tyrande right now, because the more she hits people with that owl, the better her owl gets in the long run. And you can see that Tyrande is going that owl build. So we'll see what happens here. Leoric is going in with a unstoppable king. I forget what it's called, like an unstoppable king maneuver, which he does a sizable amount of damage. Plus, he also heals himself. So like I said, just a lot of self-sustained healing here. And that's the same with Arthas too. He's got his ghouls out, his army of the dead walking, which means he gets to self-heal as well. He gets to consume a ghoul, which heals himself up. And it looks like Garrosh is getting low, and he actually does go down here, Stench. And the blue team is cleaning up Garrosh's spider webs just so they don't lose the momentum. And Uther is currently carrying those booties around.
I'm always a fan of tanks that can heal themselves.
Yeah, it's all about the sustain with Leoric. I mean, if you want a tanky self-heal, I wouldn't say tanky, but someone that can self-heal themselves and kind of stay in the fight. If you do have healers that maybe heal for a little bit less than usual, you want Leoric in the fight. If you want someone that can push solo lane, you want Leoric in the fight. So when drafting, just make sure... Oh, there goes Chromie. You see her stone away? Ooh. She's out, maybe going to the Hearthstone Tavern, playing some cards. You see Tyrande has 28 owl hits, and Chromie has, I think it was 48 sandblasts. So Chromie needs, I think, 12 more, unless this is the patch that she needs a little bit more than that. She might need 32, depending on what patch we're playing is. I think we're playing on the patch where she only needs 60, but we'll see here, Stench. There's another owl hit. I think she's currently at 29 right now, but 29 divided by 8, Stench.
Yeah.
So she probably has about, I would say, 3... She can bypass 3 individuals with her owl right now, if my calculations are correct. So Chromie's going to lay down a slowing sands just in case anyone wants to go in there to get caught. She placed it down just to give her and I think it was Mathiel a little bit of wiggle room up there. So judging by what's going on here, Stench, who do you think is going to win this game?
Well, you know, in the beginning I did think it was going to be Donkeys R Us, but Numeric is pushing the map right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have a siege camp. I wouldn't say siege camp. I think it's a bruiser camp pushing that middle lane, but they still haven't got any forts. Team Numeric needs to get those forts to actually win the game. And Arthas, you can tell, is already down. Leoric's going to go down as well up there in the northern area. And maybe this is going to prompt Donkeys R Us to actually go for the boss, maybe. Maybe they feel comfortable with both tanks being down. Or maybe they just feel comfortable because there are 33 spider booties. Maybe they have enough to actually do a turn-in and get another spider wave going here, Stencho.
I agree with you. I mean, I think they should go for some more spider booties.
They just did spider booties, and they might get this middle camp down without the spider booties even spawning yet, which would be pretty big because Leoric's currently down. Well, Leoric just came back, but they did get that middle fort, Stench, which means they only have 1 fort left and 3 keeps. But you don't necessarily have to get all the keeps and all the forts. You just need to get 1 keep down and hit that core, and you win the game. There's no point in getting all of them, you know?
True that, true that.
If you have the opportunity, go for the core. Go for the keep. telling you people. That's one of the biggest mistakes that happens. So you got Donkeys R Us pushing in with Fidelity, with all these spider butts going. Spider Queen is pushing in, and they want this keep really bad, Stincho. They want to get this down.
They can taste it.
They can taste it. They are fighting on even talent levels right now. They are 16 to 17, but they are on the same talent tree, which means that they, they have the same level 16 talents currently. Leoric is in there. He's in the stink wanting Tyrande right now, but Garrosh pulls him away, maybe doing a flip away from his team just to protect his team. He's flipping them the opposite direction, but it looks like Mathiel does go down. Vala is a beast, a monster, and Garrosh is getting so low. There goes the Ancestral Healing on the Leoric. Garrosh goes down. Stench, this was exactly what Team Numeric needed to come back into this game. But you can see that they still have a Spider Queen pushing that southern fort. I think Tassadar is going to be down there trying to take care of that. But that southern keep is so low, Stencho. It's at probably at 10%, about 20% right now. Tassadar was able to save that fort. And dare I say, is Team Numeric going to go for a boss, Stencho?
Yeah, I think they are.
You can see Chromie trying to prevent that boss from getting caught, slowing Sands there, and she's raining destruction onto Vala right now. She is going to put a whatever you call that, an hourglass on the ground where the people are going to get stuck. She needs to back out a little bit. She is a little bit too close for my likings. Uther's going to pop a Divine Shield on himself. Leoric's going to do the March of the Black King. See, March of the Black King. Those were the words I was looking for the first time. See, when I don't think about it, I get it. It's crazy. But he's going to do a March of the Black King, but I think he whiffed a few people there, so he didn't get the damage, he didn't get the healing that he was looking for. So when you're doing the March of the Black King, you really got to hit it. Or else if you're whiffing, then people are just going to sit there and say, all right, this is a free target. Let's just poke this guy down. So it looks like Donkeys R Us they're going to go for Team Numerics' Bruiser Camp, which is a good idea, I think. And it looks like Team Numerics is going to help them out in getting that by Tassadar laying down a few psionic blasts. And there goes Mathiel. His death was not in vain, however, because they did get that Bruiser Camp. It might be, I don't know if it would be worth it, but it looks like Tyrande is going to go down as well. She's just going to try to Shadow Stalk away, but unfortunately Vala is a little bit too much for her. Oh, did you see that saving throw from Garrosh saving that Uther? That was nice. That was pretty dope, wasn't it? Yeah. Leoric is on the hunt. He wants that Uther butt stench, that Paladin. There's something with the undead in Paladin. Oh, did you see Leoric take a swing at Garrosh and take him down? Dang, Stench, this
game's getting good.
This game is snowballing and maybe Team Numeric's favor right here, Stench. You do have to take into consideration though that Donkeys R Us have had a Bruiser Camp pushing that middle fort. I think Leoric is going to go back and he is going to be able to clean that up without any issue.
I agree with you. It looks like he's just freely going through.
Remember when I said, look at the damage here, Stench. Remember when I said Vala is going to be their main damage dealer? Yeah. Look who's doing the damage here. Tassadar. Tassadar is doing more damage than Vala and doing more damage than doing siege damage as well. It looks like Tyrande has 40, count it, 40 owls hit. And Chromie does have 62, so this is the patch where she needs 80. They did reduce that because it's a ridiculous number to get 80 sandblasts. So they did reduce that in a recent patch. I don't think it was the latest patch, but it was probably about 2 patches ago where they increased or decreased the number of sandblasts that Chromie needs to fulfill her quest.
I mean, this game's almost done and she hasn't fulfilled it.
She hasn't got it yet. Exactly. Yeah. So it was a much needed patch. You're absolutely right there, Stencho. I think Tyrande does have enough Owl Blasts to go through the entire enemy team. So when she hits she has the potential to hit all 5 members of Team Numeric right now, Stench, with her Owl Blasts. Look at this. They have Team Numeric has a boss plus the Spiderweb wave pushing into Donkeys R Us right now, Stench. You thought Donkey R Us had the game. Look how much that they're pushing in right now.
Oh, it is. They are like in their kitchen right now.
They are in their kitchen and actually cooking in their stove.
Yep.
It's an insult right now what they're doing. They're going in with such force and such momentum. They have spider webs pushing in every direction still. The boss has still 15% health. But I think maybe Team Numeric wants to back out here. I think the Divine Shield went on to Mathiel, but it's no longer available. It looks like there's a Drain Hope onto Uther, which means that there's going to be a lot of self-sustain for Leoric here. There goes a March the Black King, hitting Garrosh, and you can see that Leoric is just thirsty right here, Stench. He got his Drain Hope onto Garrosh, and then Garrosh does a Bloodthirst onto Leoric, but it's just not enough. There is 3 of the 5 members of Donkeys R Us are currently down, and I think that means that Team Numeric is going to take this game. What do you think here, Stench?
I think so. I mean, there's nothing really they can do at this point.
You're right. I don't think a Tyrande at 5% health is going to be enough. There's an Ancestral Healing on Vala, healing her back up. They're just going to ignore Tyrande and Uther and go for the core. There's the GG Stencho. Chromie's damage, you know, it just wasn't enough to keep them in this game.
It wasn't, and I mean, that's heartbreaking. They were doing good in the beginning.
They were doing
it.
So maybe in game 2 they'll kick it back up, and maybe we'll go into game 3 and we can see what maybe Donkeys R Us has in store for us in this next game.
I can't wait to see what they got going on, because they need to redeem themselves after that.
Absolutely. So do you have anything to say to the viewers out there?
Come back and watch our second gameplay on Donkeys R Us and Numeric.
Team Numeric, Stencho.
Team Numeric. I'm sorry.
And if you have any replays that you want to show, or you want to leave us a comment, please feel free to. You can email those replays at greencarpetmail@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us today, guys, and have a great green carpet day.
Is that new? Is it?
I'm testing it out. I'm gonna see what the fans think.
Right.
Well, I see if we get 2 or 3 subscribers, and then we'll break it up.
You're getting cocky now.
I'm getting cocky. We already got 1 subscriber. I'm feeling good, Stencho.